Hey, welcome back everyone to the Wanneroo channel. Hope y'all are doing great out there. Thank you for tuning in. It's been probably 6 months or more. I think the last time I did a channel update was at the end of August. So it's been a while. I thought it was like 6 months, but I think it's been longer than that. So thought I'd talk about some different things that are happening with the channel and kind of what's going on. I got a real bad respiratory virus last month, so I'm still trying to recover from that. It was just absolutely awful, so my voice is a little bit strained, but I'm doing the best that I can. So anyways, so much happening with the channel, and there's a whole lot of stuff that's going on. A lot of it in the background, and different things that are going to really help the channel going forward. So one of the things that happened recently is we cracked over 1 million views, and so that's been really cool to do that. I know for a lot of channels out there, you know, like a channel like Bald and Bankrupt or something like that, or Hoovie's Garage, you know, they're pulling 1 million views, you know, they get it a drop of the hat. For me, it's taken 3 years to get there, so, but I'm really chuffed about that. That we hit that 1 million views, and also we're about to crack over 2,600 subscribers as well. And so the cool thing is with a lot of that is kind of as time goes on, a lot of people discover the back catalog, and so there's a lot of people watching the videos from previously. So appreciate all y'all that have kind of found the channel now, and you've seen there's a lot of good videos out there, a lot of different things. So what have we got going on in 2024? Well, to start out with the year was kind of in terms of weather. We didn't have much in the way of snow this year. I hardly ran the snowplow at all, maybe a couple times. But one of the things that we did have was we had quite a bit of rain and wind, and the wind just kept blowing and blowing and blowing and blowing. So that kind of impacted being able to make some videos and stuff, but it just is what it is. In the future, I think I'm going to try to make some changes so that perhaps in the early part of the year during winter, we spend some time somewhere else, and that way I can do videos there. So we'll kind of see how that goes. One big bonus, though, that happened is we now have a studio space. So during the winter here, I was busy busting my butt cleaning out a space. So it's going to be really good for the channel because I'm going to have a extra studio space now where I'm not trying to kind of work around other things, and going to have a dedicated bench for Amazon content, a dedicated bench for YouTube content. And then also too, there is room for several cars as well. 2 cars realistically, you could cram in maybe 3, but it's going to allow me to expand into car content on the channel, which is going to be real cool. I can share one of my passions out there with the audience in terms of vehicles and vehicle dynamics and all that stuff. So we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up on the channel in regards to that as we go through the next couple of years. In terms of video content and all that, in terms of what's coming up on the channel, well, one of the things that I made a conscious decision about back whenever I started the channel was that I was not going to ever be limited by any sort of what's a good word for it? I'll give you a good example. A lot of YouTube gurus out there, they tell you that, hey, if you want a successful channel, you basically find some little niche and you make the same video over and over again for this tiny little core audience, and then somehow eventually it becomes millions of subscribers. I don't really think that works, and I think the thing is that I have endeavored to do with the channel is I'm going to post whatever I find interesting that puts some knowledge or experience out there, or some sort of good information or whatever, and whatever I find interesting, no matter what that is. I'm not going to be limited by, oh, maybe my audience won't like this or that. I'm just going to put it out there. And what I have found by actually doing that is it actually grows your audience in a sense. because you reach new people. And I'm seeing that with a lot of my videos where if I stuck to what I would think would be my core audience, a lot of these other videos I've done actually are my best performers that what I would consider outside of what I would call my core audience. So I'm never ever going to be limited by, you know, anything. I'm just going to put out the most creative, interesting, helpful, useful content out there for anything that I find, no matter what that is. And that is the way I am always going to run this channel. In terms of the different subjects and different things that we're going to be covering coming up, I have to tell you, I am 100% flat out. When I am not doing my other work, when I am not sleeping, eating, or exercising, pretty much I am creating videos, either here or on Amazon. I am 100% flat out, 7 days a week. Pretty much I've gotten into a routine where I kind of prep a lot of my videos in the evening. In the morning I edit them, and in the afternoon I film whenever I'm not doing my other work. So pretty much flat out creating videos, and I will try to put as many quality videos out there this year that I possibly can. In terms of subjects, obviously guns are a part of the channel. I don't anticipate ever becoming solely like a gun review channel. There's tons of other guys that do that. I do anticipate doing some gun reviews on some guns that I might find really interesting, and especially stuff that might not be super common. So plan on doing that. I actually prefer kind of doing more videos on how you actually use them. It's kind of like with car content. A lot of people really focus on the mechanical side. I'm more interested in the driving side. So it's kind of like that with guns. Looking at them is fine. Actually going out there and shooting them and having that whole experience with them and getting the best out of them is what I'm interested in. So we'll probably be doing a bit of that. Reloading obviously is a big part of the channel. Sometimes what happens is with reloading projects is that I have so many other things that have been going on in the past year, especially getting this new studio space, that a lot of times it has an impact on how quickly I can push out the reloading projects. But pretty much what I do is I break them into parts. I work on each piece when I get the chance, and that is just the way it is. I would wish that we would have 48 hours in a day, but we don't. So I will try to push out as many of those projects as I can within reason and work on those. I have an endless amount of reloading projects. I did a video on it, you know, with a box of stuff in terms of the different projects we have coming up. All that is still on the table, and still working through it the best I can and as fast as I can. There's so many different reloading projects to do. Farm tools, property maintenance, all that sort of stuff, that has been very popular on the channel. I will continue to do interesting product reviews on things that I find that work and make your life better in regards to farm or property maintenance, different tools, whatever it might be. Anything of interest in that area, I'll definitely be putting on the channel. Car content, without a question, at some point we're going to be folding car content into the channel, along with vehicle dynamics and driver training as well, which is a passion of mine, and we'll be putting a lot of different resources out there for a lot of folks, especially a lot of the people that I work with that they can go back and refer to in the future. So we're going to be doing a lot of interesting things in that vein. Also, besides the car content, one thing I have an interest in is travel, especially to Australia and New Zealand. I haven't been down there for a while. I anticipate going sometime in the next year, and obviously when I go, I'm going to be doing a total crap ton of content. We're probably going to be looking at some opal prospecting, some gold prospecting, doing some car content as well. I'm kind of planning out a trip right now in terms of what I'm going to do and where I'm going to do it. And I will be filming, like I said, a total crap ton of videos of all sorts of stuff. And kind of working through that right now in terms of what I'm doing with that. So that is going to be something which I hope going into the future every year we will be doing some Australia and New Zealand content. New Zealand, Australia is a passion of mine, and I have traveled extensively throughout both countries and know them very well. So we'll be doing a lot with that. We'll probably be doing some travel within the United States. I have some videos to upload here soon. Just some very simple videos I think that I'm going to put up first. But we will certainly be doing some travel stuff and also probably some stuff in Europe as well. Canada, not a big fan of Canada right now. I would like to do some Canadian stuff, but you know, I don't know. I don't really like going across that border, so you know, maybe when things change up there and the politics change, maybe we'll consider that at some point. But tons and tons of content of all sorts of different things, and also too, anything else that I find interesting that I come across out there in regards to finances, women, you know, life lessons, anything at all. I'm just going to put it out there, and so it goes. So tons and tons of videos. Right now, I probably have about, well over probably, I don't even know, 40 to 60 videos that need worked on. Some of which I have projects going back to last year I haven't even finished. So I am completely overwhelmed with content creation. It's just a huge amount of stuff. Some different things that are coming up in that vein. There's a Palmetto State AR kit that I'm doing a project on that I need to finish. Let's see, we have a few product reviews that we're doing that I need to do. I started on a rural property security thing, and I think I'm going to come back and revisit that and maybe redo that. I didn't really like the way it turned out, so I think I might go back and redo those videos. But we have tons and tons of stuff that I'm doing. It's crazy. We have a 5.56 reloading project. There's just so much stuff. Also, too, if you guys have ideas for content or different things you want to see, hey, post it up. Happy to hear it. The other thing that's a big part of the channel is machine guns. I love shooting machine guns every year. It's a fun little hobby thing to do every year. The one thing I will say is that YouTube does not really allow you to monetize those videos. And you might have seen in a lot of cases where people like Ian from Forgotten Weapons, he has put basically all that stuff behind the paywall. And I understand why he does it, because shooting machine guns is expensive. I love posting that content. It's kind of a fun thing that I like to do for y'all. However, I think I am going to open up channel memberships. And so some of the videos that I might do in that vein to help support the creation of that content, I might kind of put it behind a temporary paywall whenever I post a video and make it a members only video for a week or a month or whatever, and then open it up to the public after that. So we'll see. It's something I'm considering. It just is what it is. They're expensive to shoot, and hey, the thing is with a lot of this stuff with the channel is the channel has to pay for itself, or there's, you know, kind of in a lot of ways, you know, you could do it as a hobbyist and create the odd video every 2 months or something. But if you're doing it like I'm doing it, there has to be a return, and it has to essentially pay for itself at a minimum. So that's something I'll look at into the future. Let's see. The other thing is channel comments. One of the things I want to point out to y'all is I love hearing other people's opinions on stuff. However, one of the things that I find is there's a lot of low IQ people out there that if you have a different opinion from theirs, they take it personally and then try to, you know, throw some personal insult out there. And the thing is, what I always like to kind of create with my pages is when I post a video on a certain subject or topic is to stimulate discussion. And like I said, if there's different ideas or different ways you do things, then cool. I don't take it personally that you have a different opinion than mine. However, one thing I'm not going to tolerate on the channel is turning my channel comments into a cesspit of, you know, retarded, you know, low IQ, you know, just insults and stuff. So any of that stuff, what I do, if it's a real nasty comment, I just totally purge and block the person from the channel, and sometimes I just remove the comment. But I know there's a lot of YouTube creators that have kind of used comments to kind of like grow their channel in a sense, where especially with a lot of this millennial vulgar culture out there, whatever this kind of weird humor, I guess you could call it, is, with a lot of these weird insults and all this stuff. It's one of those things where, I won't name names, I guess, but, you know, some of these channels that have gotten big and they've kind of based their channel off of that, I don't want to turn my comment section into just like a full retard zone. I want it to be kind of a little bit higher IQ, good discussion, good information, all that stuff. So that's the approach I'm taking. And if people don't like it, well, they can go make their own channel. I don't care. So that's my stance on comments. Always love hearing from you guys, and I always appreciate the folks that support the channel. So going into 2024, I have a hell of a lot on my plate, and pretty much the content creation machine is like full throttle day after day after day. And I am constantly working towards new stuff, and I want to be innovative and I want to stay ahead of the curve. I'm filming on a new camera right now, so we'll be using some different cameras and stuff. One of the things though is that I'm going to try to do is keep my filming streamlined. I have found that at the end of the day, if you do 5 different camera angles on stuff, nobody gives a crap. It is YouTube. They just want the information. So I am endeavoring into the future to not overcomplicate my videos, because then it makes it harder for me to actually get those videos out whenever I have to spend hours and hours editing them. And I don't think at the end of the day people really care that much. So I think I'm just trying to do very simple camera shots and simple filming, and keep the videos, you know, not super short, but, you know, I always aim for brevity with my videos, and I just try to have good chunky information in there and all that. The other thing too is that I am on Amazon. I have an Amazon store. I use that to help support the channel. That's the biggest supporter of the channel. So I appreciate y'all that click on the affiliate links or buy products through the store. I list all my favorite stuff in the idea list on that store. So get in there and click on some stuff, and at the end of the day, it doesn't, if you buy anything through there, it doesn't cost you any different than if you were just buying it regular. It's just that Amazon kicks back a tiny percentage of the total overall cost price, basically, to me. So all that money goes right back into the kitty to support content creation and upgrades on the channel. So that's what keeps the channel going, and I appreciate those that support the channel that way. So yeah, into 2024, going to keep growing, going to keep pushing, going to keep working on stuff non-stop, and just trying to put out a lot of great content. So at the end of the year, I can say, wow, man, that looks, you know, we did a fantastic job this year. So I appreciate y'all, and stay tuned. A lot of cool stuff coming up, and we'll see y'all on the next video. Bye-bye.